Okay, so we are done with the second problem, students. We'll go for the next problem. Okay, this one. This is also important. I'll read out the question. Given the equation of regression lines, x is equal to 19.13 minus 0.87y and y is equal to 11.64 minus 0.5x. Compute the mean of x, mean of y, and coefficient of correlation. So he wants you to find mean of x. Mean of x means x bar, and mean of y means y bar. And he also wants you to find coefficient of correlation, which is r, small letter r. So he's given the two lines. So what you should do is, the first step, since x bar and y bar are means of x and y, they will satisfy the equation. Or else the regression line always pass through x bar and y bar. So just go and replace wherever x is there, x bar, and y is there, y bar, because it will satisfy your given lines of equations, because x bar and y bar represent mean of x and y. So I'm just replacing wherever x is there as x bar and wherever y is there as y bar. So that will give me x bar is equal to 19.13 minus 0.87 y bar. On the same lines for the second equation, I'll replace y bar is equal to 11.64 minus 0.5 x bar. So solve these two simultaneous equations by rearranging them. So I'm just writing the variables to the left side to bring it to the form of ax plus by. So x bar is in the left hand side. Push your y bar term to left side. Negative 0.87 y bar becomes plus 0.87 y bar equals to 19.13. Now the second line, y bar is there. Push the x bar term to left side, makes it plus 0.5 x bar equals to 11.64. Now these two are simultaneous equations. You can use your scientific calci and find out the values of x bar and y bar. You can just go to equation mode and enter these values. This is of the form ax plus by is equal to c. So just it will ask you a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. Just replace all the values I've taught you in the class. So a1 here, the coefficient is 1, b1 is 0.87, and c1 is 19.13. Likewise, a2 is 1, a2 is x bar coefficient, students. So a2 should be 0.5, and b2 is y bar coefficient, which is 1, and C2 is 11.64. So once you enter this, it will give you the answers for your variables. X bar is equal to 15.9349 and y bar is equal to 3.6726. So that's the first part of your question. He's asking you to find x bar and y bar. We have found it. The next he's asking is R. Once you have the lines, it's easy to find out R. We have seen the last problem. R is given by square root of coefficient of x into coefficient of y. So what's the coefficient of x in your given question? If you see it as coefficient of x is minus 0.5. So just replace minus 0.5, and coefficient of y is minus 0.87. So R is equal to, just find out from your calculator, it is 0.66. And the sign which you should assign, as I said you, the rule is if both are negative, you should assign negative. If both are positive, you should assign positive. I've written the reason in the bracket. Since both regression coefficients are negative, I've assigned the answer as minus sign. So R is minus 0.66. That means it is a negative correlation. The variables x and y are moving in opposite direction. That's with your third problem. We'll go for the next one. Okay, this one, students. Fourth one. It's same as your second problem, what I thought. So I think it's not required for me to teach again. Find the lines of regression and hence find the coefficient of correlation for the following data. He has given you x and y values. The same thing what we followed for the second problem. We have to follow, just take the regression lines, these two, and find your regression lines in a similar way. So we'll go for the next problem then, since it's a similar one with the change in numbers. Okay, this one. A person, while calculating the coefficient of correlation between two variables, x, y, from a set of 25 observations, obtained the following results. Okay, he had 25 values of x and y, and he has made some observations. Summation x is 125, summation y is 100, summation xy is 508, and summation x square is 650, summation y square is 460. But it was later found that the pair of values x and y, x86, y128, were wrongly copied as 68 and 146. Obtain the correct value for correlation coefficient. Okay, the problem is he had 25 observations, 25 values of x and y, and he has done all the summations. But when he was doing the summation, he has wrongly copied 8, 6 as 6 and 8. Or because of that, some summation would have gone wrong. So first, what you should do is correct the summations. Correct the summations and then find out the correct value of correlation coefficient. So first, what we'll do is we'll correct the summation values. So these summation values have turned out to be wrong because of the two values which he copied wrongly. So first I'll form two tables, one for wrong value and one for right value. So table for wrong value, I've written here, table for wrong value x and y. Which are the wrong values? 6, 8, which is given here. 6 and 8, I've written here. Y, 14 and 6. And table for correct values, the corrected values x and y, which is 8 and 6, he has given that, and 12 and 8. So what you do is you find out all the summations, that is xy, x square, y square, for these two wrong values and these two correct values. So x summation is 6 plus 8, which is 14. Y summation is 14 plus 6, which is 20. Find out x into y. So x into y is 6 into 14, which is 84. 8 into 6, which is 48. Likewise, fill your x square column and y square column by squaring these two. 6 square is 36, 14 square is 196. Once you do this, add all the values. I've added and I've found all the summation for the wrong values. On the same lines, we'll do for correct values. So I've done that here for the correct values. These two are the correct values. Find xy, x square, y square, and find all the summations. So what is the next thing you should do is, you have to go back to the question. And what is summation x here? 125. And here, these two summation, the correct value and wrong value, if you observe, the summation for x is 14. So that has not changed your summation. So the summation x is correct, whatever he has given. And summation y also is not changed. And coming to summation xy, if you see, because of these two values, xy is 132 here, whereas 144 here. So the correct value is 144, whereas the wrong value is 132. So whenever it is like this, you have to go back here, summation xy. The entire 25 observation summation is 508 students. So 508. Out of that, you should remove the wrong value, the wrong sum. That is minus 132 you should do. And then you should add the correct value. Because you can't sum up all the 25 as 25 values are not given. Remove the wrong values, add the correct values. So summation xy will become 508 minus 132 plus 144. So if you observe here, I've corrected it. Summation xy is 508 minus 132 plus 144, which is 520. So you're correcting the summation xy value. And coming to x square, the wrong value x square summation is 100 and the correct value is also 100, so don't change it. And coming to y square, the wrong value addition is 232, whereas the correct value is 208. So what you should do, go back to the summation of y square given in your question. Summation y square is 460. This was wrong because of these two values. So subtract that. Minus 232 you should subtract and then add 208. So that's what we have done here. Correct summation y square is 460 minus 232 plus 208, which is 436. So we have corrected the wrong values. Now we'll go and substitute in R. So our formula is summation x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by n into sigma x, sigma y. So this is the formula in which you have to substitute. I had given 3 formula if you remember in the last class. In that you should take the third one because we don't have all the x and y values to take the first or the second one. We should take this itself to solve this problem because we have sigma x and sigma y, x bar and y bar can be found even without your entire x value and y value. So in this formula, the terms which we need are n. N is already known. The number of observation is 25. And I need x bar, y bar. So I'll find that. X bar is summation x by n. So what is the summation x? It is 125 given in your question because it was the right one. Divided by number of observation is 25. So which is 5. Y bar is again summation y by n. 100 by 25, which is 4. We got x bar and y bar. We need sigma x and sigma y. Sigma x square formula is summation x square by n minus x bar the whole square. Summation x square is 650. It's given in your question. Divided by 25 minus x bar. X bar is we found just now 5 square. So just calculate this in your calci. You'll get the answer as 1. So sigma x is square root of 1, which is 1. Sigma y square. Sigma y square on the same line, summation y square by n, which is 436 by 25 minus y bar is 4 whole square. Type this in your calci, you'll get the answer as 1.44. I need one day sigma y, take the square root of this, which is 1.2. So once you have all the values ready, just go and replace it here. Okay, to replace it here, the problem is you have x. I can't replace x and y because I don't have all the 25 values. So before replacing, I have to simplify this, students. So to simplify this, I'll just multiply summation. I have x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Just multiply it. X into y is xy. X into y bar is xy bar. Minus x bar into y is x bar y. Minus into minus. Minus into minus is plus. Summation x bar y bar. I've just multiplied. Just 2 factors are there. Just multiply it. X into y is xy. X into minus y bar is minus xy bar with a summation. You have summation for all the 4 terms. Whole divided by n sigma x sigma y. Just remove whichever term you know and replace for the others. So 1 over sigma x and sigma y, I've just removed it outside because I know the values of those. I've found it. I can replace. Multiplied by. Left out, you have 4 terms divided by n. So what you do is you split it. Split it as summation xy by n first term minus summation xy bar by n as a second term, and the third term is minus summation x bar y by n plus summation x bar y bar by n. That's what we have done here, and I've just simplified it further little. If you observe summation x y bar, this y bar is constant. It represents your mean of y, which is a single value. So just you can remove that outside the summation. That's what I've done here. Y bar is taken outside summation x. And coming to this on the same line, x bar and y is a variable you can't remove outside the summation because it takes different values. You can remove x bar because it's a single value. So x bar is taken outside summation y by n. And coming to this one, summation x bar y bar, both are constant, students. X bar and y bar, they are not variables. X bar and y bar, you know, you found it there, it's constant. So summation of a constant is always n into summation, n into the number. Summation of constant is n into constant. So divided by n as it is I've written, n gets cancelled. And coming to this term, first term I've written as it is. Second term, if you observe, summation x by n is a formula for x bar. I've written x bar. Summation y by n is a formula for y bar. And here n gets cancelled and I've written the term as it is x bar, y bar. So x bar and y bar are same here with opposite sign, just cancel it off. And left out, I've written as it is, this 2 terms as it is, divided by sigma x into sigma y. Now, if you observe all these terms we have in our solution, we have found summation xy is already found above. Summation xy here is 520. Just come and replace it back here. So summation xy is 520 divided by n values number of observation, which is 25, minus x bar y bar also we found. It is 5 and 4. So 5 into 4 divided by sigma x also we have found 1. Sigma y is 1.2. So just calculate this from your calci and the answer is 0.6667. That's your R value. It's a positive value. So the correlation is plus. And one thing you should remember is once you solve the problem, your R value should always lie between -1 and +1. If it is 1.66, I would say it is wrong here itself because it should not exceed 1. So make sure your value is between -1 and +1. If it's exceeding that range, it means you have gone wrong and please recheck it. I hope all of you have understood. I'll unmute all of you.